This is my new Fifine 678 microphone. I love it. It sounds great. But what happens when you bump into the table? I happen to have it sitting on a box so it's high enough up, but what if you hit the box? What is that noise? Should we be hearing that? I don't think so. So I got a couple of things here. I got a microphone stand, which is a really good idea to get it up off the table. And then the star of the show is a shock mount that is made for the 678. And we're going to put these together and we're going to see if we can fix that. Okay, we're going to put together this microphone stand and this really nifty shock mount. I looked all over the internet and it's out there. It was just kind of hard to find. It's on Amazon, and I'll have a link below if you'd like to go check it out and maybe get one of your own. If you have a 678, it's probably the only shock mount that you're going to be able to use. So, but before we open this up and start setting this up, take a look at Audacity here, and you can see the noise that you get from bumping your table or bumping whatever you've got your microphone on. That's not right. Yeah, you want to get away from that. Most people will go ahead and get a microphone stand, but I wanted to go ahead and make sure that I didn't pick up any of the extraneous noises. We'll see what it's like without the shock mount and just the arm, and then we'll put the shock mount on. So I'm going to be using my Rode go-to mic for this presentation. I have to take this guy offline for a minute because we're going to be attaching it to the microphone stand. So this is by InnoGear. InnoGear makes this particular stand, and one of the reasons why I got it was because of the dimensions. It hopefully is not too large, but not too small either. So, and holds 3.3 pounds. That's the max load. Let's see what else is in here. Whoa, lots of noise. That's what's in there. Okay, so we have the base unit right here. And this is going to fit on the edge of the table. I'm looking forward to this because I've needed something like this. It's padded really nice in here. You can see right in here it's padded. That way, not so much this part here, but the part that I think is going to go on top of the desk, that is going to fit in here. Yeah. Like so. OJT, on the job training. So let's see if I can get this thing wound up here. Now my table is a little odd. It's beveled at the end, but I think it's gonna fit okay. And we'll open these here. This is for a type of microphone that would actually fit in here. I don't have any use for this right now, but maybe later at some point I will. So we'll put that aside. All right, let's open this up and see what this guy really looks like, see what the quality is. It looks smaller than I expected it to be. There you go. But you know what? I think this is going to be just the size I need because it's going to come from here to here, and actually I think it's going to fit just right. So this part here is going to sit down in this hole here, please. Thank you. And it's able to swivel. Should probably move this light back a little bit more. And we have springs here as we loosen these. I like the fact that these bolts, I don't know whether you can see this or not, but I like the fact that these bolts are out of the way of the mechanism up here. Look at the spring. Wow, I like that. That is cool. That works out really good. I hope you're being able to see that. Okay, this part here is where we're going to put the microphone. Okay, so we'll take this apart off of its stand. Put those parts there. I don't want to lose it. I'm probably going to use it at some time later. And here we've got the mic. This is a very, very hefty mic. Now this only holds 3 pounds. I'm not quite sure, you know, how heavy this mic is. Normally you could, with this adapter here that comes with the Fifine, right here, you'll screw this adapter in. Now what's so good about this, the adapter, the way it's made is it has this nice long neck here, and it keeps it away from the other connections. Otherwise, if this was down further, you wouldn't be able to connect these as easy as you're supposed to. Anyway, normally this would go on here like this, and we would just screw it on here like this. And then we would bring this forward and we would have our mic down here like this. However, the point to all this is to be able to have a shock mount. So that's the next thing we're going to look at here in just a moment. Oh, and by the way, I got a windscreen. All that popping in P's and T's and Peter Piper picked up peck of pickled peppers. Hopefully it's going to help with the sound as well. But right now what we want to do is we want to open the shock mount. I'm sure on the website, you know, like Amazon, it should have the name of the company that supplies these or manufactures these. Okay. Wow, nice and dark. Let's see. Oh, hey, 10 to 40% discount. We'll check that out later. But let's take a look at this mount. And you know what I like about this already? It does have some sort of adapter ring in here. I'm not sure whether that's something we're going to be using. Oh, it also has a extended adapter as well. Okay, let's take a look at this guy. You know, what I like about this is you don't have to put it together. It's really sturdy, and it's going to add to the weight of that mic. So I'm not sure whether I've got enough here or not. I wish there was some way I could weigh this, because between this and this, we're going to be maxing it out. But we'll continue with this and see how this works. Okay, I'm not going to need this adapter anymore, it looks like. I don't think. I'm going to have to figure this out. That obviously goes in there. Not so obvious. It's going to go in here like this. Hopefully we'll lock that down just a little bit. And let's see, what do we have here? Okay, so we are going to use this adapter that came with the shock mount, and we're going to screw it in right there. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. If anything's going to go wrong with this, it's going to be now. Okay, so the way I want it ideally to be is right about here. So we just need to tighten some things down. Not bad. Not bad at all. This seems to be holding this quite well. It's positioned like I want it to be, and I can move it away, and I can speak further away from it, or I can do it this way, but guess what? I don't know if you can hear that, but if I'm touching this, I'm hearing some stuff. Well, let's see here. No, I can bang on the table, and I'm not getting any sound. Peter Piper picked a bunch of pickles. And I'm gonna put this little guy on there. This is also okay. I'm gonna ask you to leave comments, but keep them clean. This is a windscreen that comes that is made for this 678 mic. So Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. TPADP. Not bad. That's a whole lot better. I am happy with the little arm here, and as time goes on, we'll be able to tell whether this shock mount really works. I like it so far. So what do you think? Are you using this 678 mic? Are you using a Fifine? What type of setup do you have? Let me know. If you have this one and the shock mount, tell me whether it's working for you. So right now, it's working for me. Like I said, you can check out in the comments. I have a link to where you can get the windscreen and, of course, the mic, as well as the shock mount. And, of course, they have a variety of arms as well. Depends upon how much you want to pay for them. But I think this one is a budget arm, and I think it's going to do well for me too.